We're going to start Cindy's hair by doing the T-parting on her hair. We're going to do just a very basic hairstyle on her. The characteristics that we're really going to pay attention to are we're going to have a bang that comes down over the top of her ear and swoops. That is very typical of this period. We're going to put the quadrant bun in the center back. She has a lot of layers in her hair, and so it's really hard to make a full bun and not have it be too little or too skimpy. So we're going to put a quadrant bun in her hair and show you how to do that. So this is one of the very basic core hairstyles with the basic elements that look the period of 1840s and that period right around there. One thing we're going to do with Cindy's hair is it is really clean, and if I put the hairstyle in right now, it'll tend to slide out over a period of time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it dirty with some hairspray. And it's as simple as taking your hairspray and just making sure that the hair is coated on both sides, the underside especially, and then just let it dry and brush through it. It'll give the hair something to hold on to and give it some body without having people not be able to wash their hair. So we're just going to comb through it. Basically it's dry now. So then we're going to go through and do the T-parting. Don't forget to brush under the nape so when you put a comb through it there it doesn't hurt. Okay, we're going to do the T-parting that goes center part, okay. I'm using the duckbills again to part the hair off. I am going to cut down through the comb, and we're going to make the extra part of the T-parting come just to the back of the ear, and we're just going to have the duckbill hold this part of the hair out of the way as we get started. Her hair is shorter, so what we're going to do as soon as we put our ponytail in, then we'll do her bang and create her bang, and then we'll do the bun on the back. What I'm going to do is just pull this hair and brush it and hold it into a ponytail. And we want the bun to end up halfway between the nape and the crown and halfway between each side. And so just as you get your ponytails in, then just go ahead and double check. We want to make sure that to stay with the period style that's very characteristic of this period, that we don't have any ringlets or tendrils at the nape of the neck. This is a very clean period in their styling. Okay, I'm going to take this hair and create her bang, but we're going to take the bottom half of the hair right here. We're going to go ahead and do the vertical ringlets that go here, and very characteristics of this period is their ringlets go straight up and down, and they hang no longer than the jawline. This is the hairstyle that Emma was very known in the paintings for wearing, and what we're going to do is we're going to ask the ladies with dark hair not to wear this hairstyle, so that Emma is the only one on stage that can be identified by this hairstyle with dark hair only. If you have lighter hair, you're more than welcome to play with this hairstyle. It's quite a fun one. So we're going to take this hair and just hold on to it, pull it out of the way, and I'm just going to tease this just a little bit. It's not period. It does soften the period look a little bit, but it usually makes people feel a little bit better. So we're just going to tease it lightly, and then we're just going to smooth this, and we're going to make sure that hair comes down onto the ear like that. Okay, we're going to back up one step. Because her hair is so short, we're going to stop for a second and make her ringlets there, because her hair wants to end right where the ringlets will go. So I'm going to use a liquid gel and You can use a lot of the different liquid gels that are on the market, liquid mousse. We're just going to saturate the hair right here. And we're going to make 3 ringlets. I'm using a 1/2 inch curling iron to do it, and I'm going to go ahead and do it while it's wet. Sometimes it has a tendency to smoke. It is not the hair. It is just the product that is smoking because of putting the gel on there. Okay, and we're going to wrap it nicely. And if you're at all hesitant, or your person that you're doing this hairstyle on is hesitant, just put a comb between the hair, the curling iron, and the scalp. Now, if your ringlets are hanging too long, or if you're worried about the humidity and it dropping, you can take a bobby pin and pin it up the back side of it until right before the show time. Usually there's about 3 ringlets. Okay, so if I was going to take a bobby pin, I would just take that bobby pin and stick it right up the back side of the ringlet and let it hold it until showtime. So it would hold like that. Okay, I'm going to stop for a second and put the ringlets in the other side. One thing to do when you're not using a curling iron to make the ringlets is you can take the little tiny sponge curlers and make sure that you wrap the full width of the curler and leave it in until just before the show, and then you get nice solid ringlets rather than really thin wimpy ones as they come down. Okay, we're going to take her hair and we're going to go ahead and make her bang. Now that we've got that in there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go back and tease this just a little bit more to give her a little bit of softness. And I would spray it as soon as you tease it and then smooth it out. So that's what we're going to do. A little bit of spray on it. Now we're going to go ahead and smooth this out. Find all the tangles that I built into this hairstyle. And we're going to bring that bang down as far as her hair will let me bring it down, and then bring it back up. And it covers the top of the ringlets. One thing I'm going to do is, as I'm styling, I'm using a softer hairspray, but when I finish I'm going to use a freezing hairspray so that it will just hold the hair firmer in the hairstyle so it lasts longer in the day. They have some really nice inexpensive hairsprays in Nauvoo that are made for humidity. It's freezing but it's designed for humidity, and they work really, really well. And so we found that it held the hairstyles very nicely. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other side put in, and then I'll show you how to do the bun. Okay, we're going to divide the ponytail in 4 pieces. We're going to take a section off the top right here. We're just going to pull it out of the way. We're going to kind of take some off the side, and we're just going to get that one out of the way. The same thing on the other side, and then the last is going to be for the bottom. This is just a simple bun. It's not the only kind of bun you can use. It's just a very simple one when you don't have a lot of hair or you have lots of layers, and you'll see it in these demos several times. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottom layer, and we're just going to tease it a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to spread the hair out just as far as we can, but we want to keep the teasing underneath. We just want to smooth out the surface. And what we're going to do is we're just going to curve this under and just kind of make a little roll, and make sure you anchor it. One thing to think about is the bobby pins that you buy. Lots of times you can buy them in grocery stores and discount stores, and you get them on a card, but they aren't always very tight. You want to get a bobby pin that is very tight and holding that way, because it'll hold your hairstyle much longer. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to tease on the underside of the hair, bring it forward again, spray it. Now the goal is not to have 4 little petals that go 4 different directions, but we're going to kind of connect them as we pin them in place. It's kind of hard to see since my fingers are holding it steady. But we're just going to make this little petals that go out the 4 directions and just blend the corners. Okay. Now when we do this one, we're going to back comb on the top side of it, because that will be the underside of that piece of hair. Just comb it out, the edges out smooth. Sometimes if the hair is too straight, you can take a curling iron and just bend the hair a little bit. And we're just kind of shaping it to kind of fill that whole top section. Okay, we're going to do this last section, and we're going to back comb on the underside of it. Again, we're just going to smooth the hair out a little bit. Okay, one thing you can do if you have a little edges that they're not going where you really want them to be is we can finish off with a few hairpins. Hairpins aren't as well known today as they used to be, and they look like this. If you just use the hairpins without doing something to them, they're just going to fall out. So what we do is we take one little leg and we bend it backwards, and then when you put it in the hair, it will grab and it will stay pretty well until you have to take that out. Don't forget to unbend the leg though. Okay, we got a couple of flat spots we're just going to do. Now one thing you want to pay attention when you do this kind of hairstyle is you want to make sure that the bun, the hair in the bun, connects to the head and there isn't a big valley in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of these little hairpins and just connect, pull it out a little farther so that it connects well to the head, and it just looks so nice. Okay, one thing we're going to do to finish off this hairstyle, because she has so many layers, is we're going to use a hairnet. And you can get them in the grocery stores. This one is a little bit darker than I would use. I would normally use a blonde one, but I want it to show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to place the hairnet over the hair. We're going to take it and we're going to twist it and then bring it back up on the hair again. Then we'll take a few of the hairpins and just anchor it in. That'll help keep soft hair from falling out when you take the bonnets on and off or things like that, or if the wind comes up or things like that. And that just helps to anchor this hairstyle in place. We'll put one more in and then we'll just review the elements that she has in this hairstyle that helps it work. The bun in the back of the head, both sideways and top and bottom. She has the bang that swoops down over her ear. Her hair can't quite reach to her ear, but with the ringlets right there it hides that fact. And let's show you the other side. You don't have a lot of volume or fullness, but it's a nice hairstyle to be able to wear all day long.